Hey, Monica.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. How are you?
Good. Have you heard from anybody? Oh, there's Amy.
Just Amy. I saw she responded. So yeah, that's it. How about you?
And then I think Heather said she couldn't be here,
Okay.
but I haven't heard from Virginia.
Okay. Well, let's see if Virginia shows up. Hey, Amy.
Hey, Amy.
Hello, how are you?
All right. All
How are
right.
you?
How are you?
I'm okay. I just had to subdue the wild beasts with bones because they were playing too loud. So yeah. How's your knee?
So it's broken and with a ruptured ACL, but otherwise it's fine.
Surgery?
We'll see. So I'm gonna try PT for a little while, see how it all goes, and then check in 6 weeks with the orthopedist and make a call. I'd like to avoid it, but
Yeah.
it's probably somewhere in my future, and whether that future is 6 weeks away or 6 years away, I don't know. Not feeling it. So
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, it's all right. It's 2022, par for the course, right? This is just how we're all rolling. So how are you doing? How are things at EO?
Do you know of any positions somewhere else? No, the kids are, the DD group is going strong. I actually have a fellowship through Narrative 4 right now. So that's kind of cool. They just handed in 3 pretty awesome podcasts, I have to say, to the NPR Podcast Challenge.
Oh, great.
Yeah, one of them is utterly ridiculous, but fantastic at the same time. They polled people. I don't know, Derek, I don't know if you got polled for the podcast, but they asked people which is smarter, a carrot or a lollipop.
Oh yeah, I did.
And
well, that being related to a podcast either. So
what they ended up doing was taking snippets and then looking at how people got really adamant about their opinions and turned it into what it looks like in terms of polarization. It was really neat. It was super clever.
That is.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll be excited to see those when they're ready for, more general consumption.
Yes. So, and then we have a deliberation coming, an encounter's coming up in April 5th about cultural appropriation or appreciation. And we have an N4 event next week. So we're cranking stuff out.
You are, yeah.
Eric has done an awesome job with PB. We actually have had a vote now.
Okay. So
we have to know. Derek, do you know when we're going to announce that to everybody?
Yeah, what's the...
I'm not sure when. I know we already have an announcement ready to be sent out, but I'm not sure when it's going to be sent.
Okay. So, well, I suppose it's on the record since it's recording. I was going to say, can I get a preview of one? But we're recording, so I guess we should. We're not technically a quorum, so none of this is officially happening. So, but that's exciting. So it sounds like there is so much happening at that level, and I'm sure at other levels there's maybe less exciting things happening or less, what feels like less productive things. But I'm glad at least at that level things are going well.
Yeah, going really well. Yeah.
Good.
And Derek really did an amazing job with the participatory budgeting stuff, really spearheaded that, and has made some nice revisions to our work for Narrative 4 next week. So yeah, it's amazing what they've done so far this year.
I love it.
And then we'll have another, hopefully we'll have a public forum for mental health again. We're revisiting that. And again, Derek has taken off. He's found speakers. We're going to do a blended deliberation encounter thing. So we're figuring out.
Cool, a new model. Well,
a new model.
how about
yeah.
that? when
Yeah.
you make it up, Derek, you get to name it. So think about what you want to call your model of blended encounters deliberation.
Okay, I will.
And I think maybe there's a presentation to the town in your future around some of this work, Derek. I think that in particular PB is something that should be shared with the town as something that maybe we should take up more broadly. And obviously we have a little bit of that with the town meeting, and there is some capacity for folks to put things into the budget or out of the budget, but PB is a little more process oriented and inclusive, and maybe there's some things we can learn from that process that could help the town do a better job engaging people overall in these questions.
Yes, they don't.
And I don't,
Where-
yeah, Glenn, I don't know if you've heard, I don't know if you remember Reza Shahrudi. So has he gotten in touch with you?
He has not.
Okay.
But
I'll poke
you know,
him.
he talks to my son, so maybe he thinks he's talking to me since we look alike.
Well, I'll remind him, he was very interested in finding out more about joining the group now that we have do we still have an opening? I'm thinking we do, right?
Mhm.
So he texted me just the other day and said, send it to my UConn email, which I had done already. So I will remind him, and I'll CC you and Jane again and Monica, and then maybe you guys can give him some information. But I thought that'd be nice, because then we have somebody who's done deliberation discourse, but is at UConn. So, another perspective.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I think that would be great. So yeah, if he wants to reach out to me, he can. If he wants to just dive right in and put that application in, all those instructions are out there. Jane's been doing a lot to promote and solicit, and so I don't know how many have come in, if any. But obviously we've got my hope is that as many people who apply, it's just a great way to start getting people engaged, regardless of whether they can actually fill the official seat or not.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we're gonna get the other folks. It's okay. We have a relatively, we didn't have much on the agenda. The main thing was the equity statement. So there's nothing necessarily to vote on with that. It was just a question of how we were going to put that together. I think probably what should happen anyway is I should just put some words together, and we should take it to the full commission and decide, modify it all together, and then send it up. They're pretty straightforward. And we've got a lot of the language already in a bunch of the statements that we've already written. So I don't know. Anything else, Monica, you think we, again, should talk about, even though we can't really decide anything without a quorum?
I don't think so. I think we're probably, the real thing was that equity statement. And then if we want to do anything else for sustainable CT, I don't know if anyone's looked through those 13 points in that one section. But that's probably what the subcommittee would do, I would assume.
There it is. Okay, yeah. So again, here is the let me pull up the link. Right, these are the actions there. And then under 1.3 is develop that equity statement, and they've got a few examples in there. So, from Glastonbury and Simsbury, one of which looks like the same as the racism as a public health crisis stuff that we'd considered before. So, maybe it's a chance to revisit that.
So this is different from the statement that the students that I worked on. I know I missed a meeting, so you probably went over this.
I don't think it is. And I think
Oh,
that's
okay.
why we're pretty much done with it. we can submit it to the, double check that it meets all the criteria. And then we can submit it to, I think the town council do it, I think. I'll
I
double
think
check
so.
that.
They're supposed to. Okay, so yeah, that's my fault then. I missed that. I also missed some meetings, so you might have covered it when I wasn't there. But can we send that, Monica? If you could locate that and send it around. I mean, I think if it was already went to the full commission, then we don't need to review it in this subcommission again. We could just send it back to them and get their approval and move it forward.
Yeah, I think the last I remembered of it was we were finalizing it here to bring it back to them to then vote on it, I think is what was happening, but I'll read through the minutes too and make sure.
Okay.
Before we do anything else. But yeah, I think what had happened was actually Lynn Stoddard was here one meeting and asked us to do this through for sustainable CT. And that's why I think we hit all the points. We just got to double check.
Okay. Go ahead, Amy.
So, and then I have a unrelated question, similar but unrelated. So do you want to say anything more about that, the equity statement then?
No, I mean, just if you can recirculate it, maybe just to the subcommittee, and we'll double check it. But I anticipate it's probably really close, and so just needs another couple of eyes on it. And I'm happy to do that, and maybe Amy, you and I can both do that, and then get it to the full commission for our next meeting.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, unrelated or somewhat related question.
So yes, and then I had made that blurb about for the calendar, like a preface to the calendar. Did that work? What do we need to do anything with that?
I don't know that I got that.
I think I put an email. Okay, I'll make sure at least I probably have it even. It was kind of silly.
Yeah, I'm sure. So we just need to make sure we get it on the next agenda, whatever it is. When did you send that, Amy? Do you remember? Generally?
Twice, probably about a month ago. But I'll find it. I don't know. I think I took it off my desktop, so I'll find it and then I'll reshare that.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. And I'm sorry, I've been a bit distracted lately. So re-upping things in my email queue will help me. And I promise I'll get to these then before the next full meeting.
No hard feelings at all. I am feeling the same way. So, okay, that works. I'll make sure I find that at the end of the meeting and give that to everybody. I'll send it to Derek too. So Derek's always masterful at his thing. So I'll make sure that he does his eyes on it too. They're fighting over the bones I gave them.
Well, there you go, right? It's only keeps them at peace for so long. All right.
Anything else you need us to do?
I can't think of anything. And I'd prefer not to invent new things to do since I think we've got enough. So.
I did just send both of you the equity statement though.
Oh, great.
On the draft.
Fantastic.
I think it's just the first two paragraphs and then we had a ton of like resources. I guess just double check that those two paragraphs are what the sustainable CT means.
Great.
Great.
Did you share that with Derek too, Monica?
I don't think I did. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then translation. Okay, great, perfect.
Sure.
Oh. All right. Well, thank you everyone for jumping on here. Glad at least we kept it short. And all right, there's even still daylight out there, which is impressive for our meetings. So, okay.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Have a good evening, Derek. Good luck tomorrow. I'll be thinking of you during the test. You'll be great.
I hope I will.
You will.
I believe it.
Also, just a quick question. Should I develop minutes for this meeting? I'm not sure because we never really had a quorum.
Exactly.
I'm not sure how I'm going to do them, so I'll do it. It's my first time, so. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Night, everyone.
you.
All right, goodbye.